Okay, you ready to blow up your glutes today? I'm going to walk you through my favorite glute exercise to do. And the best part about this exercise is that you can do this exercise anywhere. You can add weight to it if you want. You could add a band to it if you want. But you know what? If you do this exercise correctly, you may not need to add a band or weight. This is the single leg hip thrust. Now, you can progress this exercise from the floor, from a bridge position. Absolutely, you can start there and then graduate up to an elevated surface, which is what I'm going to show you today. I'm going to be using this bench right here. There we go, this bench. And we're going to be working off of that. Now, again, you can start from the floor and then work maybe to a smaller elevation if you want, all the way up to a regular size bench. It's up to you. So here's how we're going to get set up. All right, we're going to come over here to the bench. I want your shoulder blades on the bench and your arms long. Now, I don't want your palms down. I want your palms up, because if your palms are down, chances are you're going to grab onto the bench. I used to do this all the time without even thinking about it. So I don't want you to grab onto the bench whatsoever. So let's make sure the palms are up. All right, we're going to get our knees close to a 90-degree angle like this. And this is where we're going to start. Keep our chin tucked as well, okay? Now, we're going to lift one foot off the ground just a little bit. Now, when I say lift off the ground, I don't mean this. See how it's sticking straight out? You don't want to do that, because as you lower your hips, that's going to feel kind of funny. So, literally lift it off the ground like this. And so this leg is bent. It's going to stay bent the whole time. Okay? So, we're going to start by lowering our hips, and as we lower our hips, we're going to lower our ribs right with the hips, like this. We're going to come down. Now we're going to push up through this heel and squeeze the glute, just like that. So we're going to come down, squeeze the glute, right there. Just like that. Now, where I see people going wrong with this exercise is they try to keep their shoulders glued to the bench, so it would look like this. And if you see what's happening, my back is starting to arch a lot because I'm not letting my shoulders get off that bench. It really feels uncomfortable. So think of your shoulder blades kind of as a pivot point. They're kind of going, starting on the edge of the bench, and then they're going to the front of the bench. Edge to the front, but there's still just a teeny bit of part of them on the bench itself. So you're not going to fall over. But you really want to make sure that you're kind of moving through those shoulders a little bit so they're not completely glued to the bench, because that is really going to get your back to arch. That's not going to feel good at all. The other thing that I see people doing with this, and I mentioned it earlier, is sticking their legs straight out. That just automatically can arch your back just like this. So if you just lift the foot off the ground, keep the knee bent. Now we're going to lower the hips and our ribs. Push your ribs down. And now we're going to push up through this heel and squeeze the glute. Come down, squeeze the glute. Watch my shoulders, they're on, and see how they're kind of coming off a little bit? But a little bit of my arm is still there. Now, the great thing about this exercise is you can slow this way down. You can add a pause at the top, which is super, super hard. You can make it into a constant tension motion where you just go between the very top and the very bottom in a slow, steady pace. You can also make it a 1.5 rep where you go down a little bit up, down, and all the way back up, or you can even reverse that. So many different ways to do this. Some people will put a band above their knees and try it with a little extra resistance that way. So there's a lot of ways you can progress this. And like I said, the best part about this exercise is you can do this anywhere. So if you really, really want to blow up your glutes, try these single leg hip thrusts. And you know, a great little combo to try is some banded lateral walks where you put the band above your knees and do some side steps. Do those, a set of those, and then come right over here and do these. You will feel these for days. You'll love it. This is a great exercise, you guys, and really underrated, I think, in the whole glute spectrum, but such a handy exercise to have and really great to do and build up strength in. So if you have any questions about these single leg hip thrusts, let me know. I'd be happy to help. Thanks for being here, and have a great